The comedians are qualified. Your anxieties soon mollified. Strange times call for strange content, it's true. We present the Well, Well, Well Show to you.
Oh my goodness, didn't see you there. Chris, we have company.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi.
Hi. Well, welcome to our 6th episode of the Well, Well, Well Show. We're so happy to have you back in the yurt. I'm Dana.
And I'm Chris.
And we are just delighted to have you here today. We've been here living, laughing, quarantining in this yurt since before the concept of time itself even began.
We sure have, Dana. But you know what they say, another day, another Xanax.
I certainly am very familiar with that, Chris. Yeah, very familiar with that. But you know, there are ways to soothe and heal without over-the-counter drugs.
Really? Like dependency on under-the-counter drugs?
No, I mean, yes, but no. There's also doing what we do best, which is bringing our holistic approach to comedy and life and love and just bringing joy to the people and raising money for a good cause while we do it, in addition to the drugs.
That's right. The reason why we're actually here. I knew I was forgetting something, but I remember now. Tonight, we are, as a matter of fact, supporting yet another important cause. We are helping poor communities right here in our nation's capital.
And we love this organization. Spoiler alert, it's Bread for the City. Chris and I are both proud Washingtonians, lived in DC for a long time. I mean, now we're in a yurt at an undisclosed location. We don't want you coming, so we can't tell you where, because just keeping up with the fan mail keeps me busy, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we love DC, and it's the headquarters to so many great places, great organizations, but sometimes people forget that people live in DC, you know, and have needs. And so this is a great long-standing place that's been doing amazing work for folks in DC. And they actually have a video that explains it better than I can. So we're gonna watch this short video from our partner that gives you some insight into one of their newest projects.
Can't wait. Let's check
Take it away, video.
Take it away, video.
Sentient video, go.
Well, you go first.
Hope can mean a lot of things.
Just to continue on, don't give up.
It's something that helps the people.
It's like nothing can stop you.
If you lose it now, oh, there's always tomorrow. Still celebrate.
In the 1970s, we saw the struggles of our neighbors living in poverty. We had to do something. And you helped us convert church basements into places of hope, places where we provide free health care, food, and clothing. In 1994, when we set out to do even more, you helped us turn an old lumber warehouse into a vibrant new service center filled with food and clothing, doctors and nurses, lawyers and social workers, a bigger and more comprehensive place of hope. Then, in 2002, you gave us our very own building in Southeast DC, and we brought hope east of the Anacostia River.
Bread for the City has helped bring hope to the district for over 40 years.
Because you share our vision of Washington, D.C., where everyone has access to the resources they need for survival, growth, and prosperity.
Your generosity over the years has brought us so far. Now the demand for Bread for the City outpaces our current capacity. In order to fulfill our commitment to the community, we need to do more. Bread for the City needs a new Southeast Senate.
The Building on Good Hope project will bring a new building to Southeast DC, allowing us to expand all of our programs. Food and clothing distribution, legal advice and representation, comprehensive social services, health care, and advocacy. This new center will help 20,000 people to find hope through 75,000 visits each year. It will be a place for the community to gather and to thrive. With your help, we will transform a corner of Southeast DC into a place of hope.
I'm asking you right now to roll up your sleeves and get involved.
Make a personal contribution to the Building on Good Hope project. Recruit your friends, your family, your colleagues, everyone to join us in transforming a vacant lot into a vital community resource. If you invest in Good Hope, new patients will have access to the health care they need. Individuals and families will have counselors to help address the stresses of poverty and to find stability. Tenants will have their rights defended in court, and survivors can flee domestic violence. Job seekers will have the resources they need to secure steady employment and fulfill lifelong goals. And families across Southeast DC will enjoy fresh produce and healthy food.
Your contribution to Building on Good Hope today will have a lasting impact in the fight against poverty in Washington, D.C. The community is counting on us, and we cannot wait 1 minute more. Let's build on good hope together.
Wow. Just wow. That's a lot of really feel good stuff right there.
That is amazing. And
Right?
what's really cool is that center they talked about is opening this summer. And so we know they're doing the work, but they need our help to make it even more magical. Make it
That's right.
So make sure you donate. We'll have a link up throughout the show so that you can get in there.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to donate still and to invest in Good Hope. And also, you know, what else are you going to do this summer? I mean, really. So
watch the show
yeah.
again and again, Obvi. But besides that, you should donate to Bread for the City. I love that they have a holistic approach. But I will say, as someone on keto, I find that bread's in the title a little bit exclusionary. And so it'd be cool if they could think about that. I also want to point out, because I know that they like want constructive feedback from me. One time I was briefly dating this guy and we drove by Bread for the City and he read it as Breed for the City, which sounds like some kind of dystopian Handmaid's Tale, sperm bank, I don't know. And then I laughed at him forever and then we broke up. I don't know if it was causation or not, but thanks for the city.
Maybe. I do think you should probably get on their next video to tell that story.
Yeah, I think it's a powerful testimonial to how Bread for the City can really change lives. So that's a great point. Mm-hmm. I will definitely reach out to them with that because, you know, we got this.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there, Dana, and it is inspiring to see compassionate places like Bread for the City, but we're also surrounded by people who won't even wear a mask in public, right?
I know, it's so crazy to see like the yin and the yang, the lightness and the dark, the duality, but not in a cool spiritual way, in like a really stupid way that I actually hate and is hurting everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, stay in the yurt.
Yes.
Okay. Only visit with our yoga retreat pod and wear your mask if you must go outside to fetch new kombucha. Like, why can't the rest of the world just understand the need to be safe and follow our best practices? I don't get it.
I know. And like, man, I was actually just thinking the other day about how inspiring and amazing we are, like as people generally, but as well as just our responsibility towards others during this crisis. And I was thinking, how can we get people who just don't seem to get it to get it? I mean, they're not going to be us, but how can we help them reach, you know, for this ideal? And so, you know, I actually was thinking, got to meet people where they are. So, and where everyone is right now is the internet. Can be a force for good, can be a force for bad, can be a force for the show, which you all love so much. And so I actually created a campaign, a few different ideas I'd like to share that I think might reach some of the people who right now are just not feeling the whole mask thing. So I think sounds good. Okay. I'm so excited to share this with you. All right, go ahead and roll this video.
All right. Video gods, let's go.
So, as you probably noticed, there are way too many people not wearing masks. And while I totally agree that that attitude makes you part baby, part devil, but not like in a cute way, like whatever this is, but unfortunately telling people they're being baby devils probably won't make them change their behavior. So I did a science, and what I realized is we need positive peer pressure that really speaks to these people. But I didn't want to like talk to any of them. So instead I thought about memes that I see distant relatives and old coworkers sharing and thought I would just get in the game and make some. So I figured I'd start classic with lolcats, right? And look, this kitty says wear masking, that's cute. But it may not express a level of urgency, which is why it takes a darker turn in this Icon Has Living to 2021. It's still cute with that little peekaboo, but there is a sense of urgency. Now, if you all remember Grumpy Cat, it was extremely popular, especially with my ex-boyfriend's dad. So let's bring back that sourpuss with a message that's going to help all of our public health. If you've gotten through life this far without having to see a Minion meme, I'm envious of you. In searching for Minion memes, I actually found this inspiring petition about no longer considering them memes. It's just cool to see people getting involved in activism that's important, you know? Anyways, here's mine. I think it'll appeal to boomers because it's critical of millennials, religious for no reason, and alludes to a stronger hypothetical time where no one complained. But I don't want to exclude the wine mob demographic. So I think this really combines obvious wordplay with wine and just being a little naughty. So I think that's going to really resonate. Even though the Minions are sexless jelly beans, much like everything on the internet, they become sexist over time. I was probably too ambitious here, but I was looking at some norm change around the mask and around listening to women. So, you know, can't hurt to try. That being said, you gotta meet people where they are. And there's a lot of guys who just think they're too cool to wear a mask. And that's why I think these will really make sense to them. Now, my assumption, of course, is that my target audience will not know how to spell. On the same theme here, I mean, I don't want to objectify women in order to promote public health, but you know what? We're gonna give it a try. Maybe it'll work, I don't know. And as you might know, there are only two kinds of women, and that's sexy or nagging. So I wanted to make sure everyone was represented, and maybe see masks as a way to just have an excuse not to listen to your wife. I don't know, that's hilarious, right? Just please wear a mask. In conclusion, the World Wide Web makes us all into content creators rather than just consumers. Social media offers unprecedented possibilities for social change through transformational connection. And please tell people to wear a goddamn mask.
Wow. Dana, just wow. I am so inspired. I have no words. I cannot wait to share this video with all of my racist friends on Facebook. I mean, racist acquaintances on Facebook.
That means so much to me.
I really do. I mean that.
That's great. I mean, I just hope that it makes a difference. And it's just like, it's just great to be the change. You know, it's just great to be the change. But honestly, just thinking about that, it's been stressful. I'm so stressed out. Is there anything I can do?
Well, hey, Dana, you know what? I am happy that you asked. I actually know a guy who happens to have some great tips about how to stress less.
Awesome.
You may have actually seen this guy on many of the shows that we've had in the past.
Oh.
You may also recognize him from Comedy Central, from Dry Bar Comedy, and most of all, from robertmack.com. So without further ado, let's start the show and bring up our first comic, Mr. Robert Mack.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Another more private way to get things off your chest and clear the stresses out of your system is by using a journal, which is not a diary. I want to make that absolutely clear. There's nothing wrong with writing down your thoughts or ideas or feelings or drawings. Studies show it reduces anxiety. Just the other day after bath time, my mom, Pat, came down to the basement, but she knocked first, which is our new rule. And I was coloring in my dream journal because I've been keeping a journal for a long time. It's no big deal. If journaling isn't your thing, you can read other people's writings. Reading poignant quotations is an easy way to turn off stress and take in something inspirational, positive, or thought-provoking. And here's a tip. You know it's good if you see it on a coffee mug. Like this one. Work isn't what you should do or what you plan to do. Work is what you do. Homemade beer. Some people revert to a stress-free time, childhood, if they are overwhelmed by stressors at work. A short break from reality to ride a bike or daydream or even chew bubble gum can help you temporarily escape from work. In fact, chewing gum physically releases tension, just like squeezing your balls. If you're going to be a kid, though, don't act like one. If you get gum, please keep your mouth closed. You don't want to hear my mom, Pat's chewing gum with your mouth closed talk again. But I didn't come here today to talk about Pat because she's not the boss of me right now. I came here to tell you this fun fact. Before the late 1800s, in order to hear music of any kind, you had to stand somewhere near the band live playing that music and hope that it was a song you liked. Now you can listen to music whenever and wherever you want, as long as you stand near your BFF. And guess what? Music is a great way to relieve stress. You can even dance. Speaking of the late 1800s, did you know that the Rolling Stones are still touring? Yeah, of course, they've had to change some of their songs a little bit. Instead of Angie, it's angioplasty. And Satisfaction is now meh. And brown sugar has been replaced with all-natural stevia. You can listen to comedy to reduce stress too. Laughter has a number of physiological, social, and cognitive benefits, including releasing dopamine. I wouldn't do it right now, though, of course, because we're in the middle of a very serious talk, and I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm really good. I am. The longer people spend around me, the happier they are with their own lives, and I have the surveys that back that up. The data are very clear about that. Just a few more. One way to help reduce stress is to get organized. Stress is about feeling out of control, and a little organization goes a long way. Even a little bit of a mess can cause anxiety if you're already in a stressful state. And that's why my mom, Pat, has everything organized on the chore chart, from emptying Mr. Pickle's litter box to rearranging the things on the share shelf in the fridge to, it's none of your business. Just get organized, you sloppy bums. If you're stuck inside, this is the perfect time to reorganize your home, rethink your life, and rewind this talk. It's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that talk was pretty good.
Yeah. You know, every time I come out of that feeling less stressed, it works for me.
And more anxious to meet Pat because she sounds like a cool lady.
She sounds like such a cool lady. Yeah.
Got to get her in here to organize the yurt because this guy, I don't know where he is on your screen. This guy, you know what I'm saying? He's a little organization. So paging Pat, come on over.
That's fine. I deserve it. I deserve that.
Yeah, you do.
You know why I trust Robert Mack so much and listen to all the stress tips he has to say? He's a straight white male. He's really good at explaining things, is what I'm saying.
Wow. Yeah, no, he's like super relatable. Just he's very authoritative. I don't know why I believe him, but I do. What a cool expert. Exactly. As an antidote to everything you just heard in the last few sentences, we are bringing on a wonderful stand-up comedian who is neither white nor male. So we're just going to go off the screen. You don't have to look at our dumb faces. This lady is hilarious. She is on Redacted tonight. She's a big freaking deal, okay? That's the only credit she was like, please say this, but I'm going to say other ones, okay? DC Improv, Kennedy Center. She's all over the town. She's a big freaking deal. And we know that laughter heals. Robert just said that. And so please enjoy the comedic stylings and stand up for what's right with Natalie McGill. Welcome, Natalie.
Welcome, Natalie. There she is.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good. I mean, bad, but you know, like.
You're honest about it, and that's what matters.
Thank you.
I'm doing okay. They say okay is the new fantastic. So.
Yeah.
And you know what I always say, crying is the new not crying. You know what I'm saying, girl? Okay, we're gonna peace out and hand you the stage, the virtual stage. Nothing matters. Bye.
Bye.
Well, hi, my name is Natalie McGill. I hope that, everyone who's watching is staying well, even well. Maybe part of that wellness included not celebrating the 4th of July this year because that shit did not feel right this year. None of us deserve sparklers, but I feel like there were definitely some people who boycotted it because they don't get invited to cookouts anyway. And you've seen these people on Twitter, they're all like, I'm boycotting the 4th because if Black people aren't free, then none of us are free. And I'm like, no, you're boycotting it because you brought beet salad to the barbecue 2 years ago and we all took red shits and you haven't been invited back since. Like, we didn't shit red, white, and blue, we just shit red. So it was less patriotic and more like, do I have cancer? But yeah, obviously things are really depressing right now. Everyone's family members are needlessly dying or being affected by this. And now that Twitter has become increasingly morbid, it's just another reminder that some of y'all really got to change your Twitter handles before you tweet condolences. Because the other day I saw the handle Mufflick tweet, I'm sorry for your loss to someone. And I feel bad being so judgy about that because when I see the handle Mufflick, I can tell that means they're a very giving person. It just doesn't look right now. Like maybe bring Mufflick back in 2021, but kind of retire it for 2020. It's not a good look. But yeah, it's definitely a really tough time for everyone. Especially for all those brave men and women whose entire personality on a dating app is just traveling. These people had plans to take selfies with Nepalese children and they're suffering right now because their passport is about as valuable as Monopoly money. But I do kind of just want to track down each and every one of these kids that I see in these pictures and like send them the photo they're in and be like, did you give your consent to have your face published so close to the words, I'm just a Jim Halpert looking for my Pam? Because if not, you may have the right to legal recourse. I'm not a lawyer, but I will go to law school just to fight for those kids. But yeah, it's kind of weird, especially with, all the, corporations that are, trying to cater to protesters and all that stuff going on. It's weird to see major companies and corporations find new and creative ways to reveal they've been lying to us the entire time. I was on Twitter the other day when one of their promoted ads popped up and it was for Lunchables and it said, check out the new Lunchables. And by new, I just thought they meant they were throwing in like a packet of mayo or something. But instead it said Lunchables are now all natural. And I was like, what do you mean now it's natural? What the fuck were we eating? Like, you can't just casually slip in that we might have been eating people for 30 years. Like, that's how long Lunchables have been around. Like, I'll concede that the meat wasn't real, but the cheese, that's people cheese, and you know it. Like, they lied for so many years. I just want to know, like, what is natural to them? Is it roadkill? Like, could we have been calling it Opossamables this entire time? I think that's an actual cuter name than Lunchables. But speaking of the name, I actually did look up the history of Lunchables on Wikipedia. And do you want to know one of the product names they were kicking around before they settled on Lunchables?
Yes.
Cracker Witches. Cracker Witches. So the next time some white woman complains that the word Karen is a slur, just know it could have been a lot worse because we could have been calling you cracker witches. And not gonna lie, if I was white and someone called me a cracker witch, it would really hurt my fucking feelings. But yeah, I do kind of feel like travel agents are gonna have like a real fucking breeze suggesting places to go when this whole COVID thing washes over. Like everyone's standards are so low that vacation ads and emails aren't even gonna have to try to entice you. Like Southwest is just gonna start sending emails like, want to get away to South Jersey? And you'll be like, did you mean New Jersey or maybe even Philly? And they're like, nah, we meant South Jersey. I mean, you can go to Philly if you want. It's right there. It's just, we figured after a year inside of your house, you don't have discerning tastes right now. But I do kind of wonder how this is affecting how low budget airlines like Frontier and Spirit are doing, because there are objectively better airlines that are dropping their prices to Spirit levels. And I feel like they're gonna have to get their shit together, because you don't want the only free thing you'll ever get on a Spirit Airlines flight to be the coronavirus. Like, I mean, at least in Southwest, you get free pretzels with your coronavirus. Spirit, you're not gonna get shit. And with that, that is my time. Thank you guys so much. We keep kicking it back to Chris and Dana.
Gotta love those transitions. Thanks, Natalie. Appreciate that.
Yes, Natalie, excellent. Also, Frontier really hurt my feelings because they used to give you cookies, but then instead now they just charge you if you bring a backpack. And I'm like, who made this change? That's a true story about
marketing move. Person should be fired.
Also, Cracker Witch sounds like a very accessible Halloween costume idea.
I was just thinking that. Yes, you're so vibing, Chris. Yeah. I'm like, well, I'm ready for October.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like the day of Halloween and you haven't done your shopping yet. You don't have a costume. You're like, what do I wear? Oh, I know. Natalie, thanks for that.
Thank you, Natalie. That was hilarious and informative and helpful for Halloween, which is everyone's favorite holiday. Right. So thank you. All right, awesome. We'll see you later, Natalie. Thanks.
See ya. Bye. Bye, Natalie.
Man, that was hilarious. But I think we need some like work comedy balance. You know what I mean? Because people, they can't just be laughing at Natalie's hilarious jokes all day. They got to work too.
They sure do. They sure do. And they also need to work on communication skills, right? There's a lot of things to work on. And I think right now in particular, it's a really important time to communicate with people who are just living entirely different realities. You got to check in. You got to communicate. Without communication, we have nothing, right? We have chaos.
Nothing.
So we're in luck. We have another comedian who is going to come and talk to us a little bit about communication skills. She is a comedian from New York City. She has been doing comedy for a very long time. The first thing on her website that it says about her, she is really smart and funny. Those are two great qualities.
Love it. Sounds like a kindred spirit.
That's right. That's right. She was a Bird City Madness champion of 2020. She was a finalist for the Amazon Prime Comics Watching Comics Season 8. Has a bunch of other credits that would take me way too long to get through. Anyway, no further ado, please welcome our next comic, Caitlin Reese.
Teach us.
Hey, I thought it might be helpful to share some of the excuses that I'm getting for people to get off the phone during quarantine. It's so great talking to you, but my phone's about to die and I don't know where the charger is or any outlets are in the house. Oh my God, tell your mom I'm thinking about her. I have to go do a double decker in the bathroom. Oh my God, it breaks my heart to hear that you might be jobless and homeless all during a pandemic. Oh, at least the weather's nice, right? But anyway, I gotta go. I want to get a head start on my Christmas cards. I know. Yeah. Anyway, I should go. I was just playing Animal Crossing and letting my mind turn into liquid. Yeah, no, stay safe for sure. I'm gonna just go back to staring. Yeah, I'm like the most bored I've ever been in my life, but I'm gonna get back to it. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a call on the other line from my dentist. I'm gonna have to put you to voicemail. No, I know we're talking. I'm gonna hang up. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I want to like get to the bottom of this whole Palestine Israel thing that I just heard about. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, I'm just another man weird. Yeah, I'm just another man weird.
Wow. That made communication seem much easier than I thought it was.
That's edutainment right there. That is fun and practical.
Yeah. Here, this whole time I've been like reading communication books, writing about love languages. That sounds like too much work.
No.
She made it real simple.
Made it real simple. Thanks so much, Caitlin.
Thanks,
and to keep us going with some usable skills, I'm really excited to introduce our next segment here. So this very funny gentleman has a whole series called Safer Work. And so he's the expert on working safely, safely working hard, hardly working, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and now that we're all working remotely, he has some really hot tips for you. So you can check him out at alexbarbag.com, because that's his name, but not the .com part, just his first and last name and then .com to look at all his other stuff, his other series and everything. So, let's give it a watch right now and learn how to keep on working. I'll also say you should follow him on YouTube. He explicitly requested to follow him on YouTube, Alex Barbag, and you might also happen to see a very handsome guest star of the Safer Work series. It's possible. You should just check it out. Anyway, maybe let's just play the video. Yeah? Get in there. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the tutorial on how to work from home, but without actually doing work. I'm Alex. I'm an expert at this. I've been working from home once a week for the better part of 4.5 years. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm also just good at slacking off in general. That's my credentials. And before my current job, I worked at another job. It was a genetics testing lab, and I could not work from home there. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't like my work-life balance right now, because my work-life balance, it was like this. And I was like, I don't want that. I want it. This is what I want. I don't understand why people want a work-life balance. You should want all life. And yeah, a little work, maybe just a little bit. People who want a work-life balance, they're setting a low bar for themselves, if you ask me. The first strategy to work from home while not working from home, by the way, we call this, in the soccer community, this is called working from home. Okay, so the first strategy is called the email bookend technique. This is where you email right when you wake up, and then at the end of the day, at 5 o'clock, so it looks like you worked the entire day. But in fact, you did whatever you wanted to in between whenever you woke up plus 15 minutes to 5 o'clock. You did whatever you wanted. But they think it looks like you worked the whole time. The way you do is you wake up and you send an email right away. And you're going to wake up early too, because you're going to be excited. It's like Christmas. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to be at home all day not doing anything. So you send an email right away to everyone. Not one email, but you email as many people as you can to make it look like you're on top of stuff. This is a very important, crucial part, though. You must say that you are going to be heads down today, because that way, if you don't respond to an email, it's because you were really focused on your work. So that you got to make sure you mention that. And if you do it right away, it will probably get there before people even get to work. And then people will go show up to work like, wow, this person is working really hard, but you're not, you know? That's the technique I'm doing right now. I already sent my email. The second technique is it is called, and I'm forgetting now, but it's a good one. Oh yeah, the hire a TaskRabbit technique. You hire a TaskRabbit to sit at your computer and monitor emails, messages, let you know. They're like, hey, you know, the person will be on the computer like, hey, you got an email. It's from someone such and such. It's about such and such. That way you don't have to sit at your computer. You can do whatever you want. You can watch TV. It's a pretty good method. It's a pretty good method. It's expensive though. It's expensive for sure. And here's another thing. You might be work at a company that monitors whether you're working or not with like the green dot on your thing. Like, I don't know if like there's like Slack, you could tell if you're online or whatnot. But if you work at a company like that, I think you should reconsider. Like, I would never work at a company that doesn't trust me, you know, to see if I'm working or not. I would never. The third technique is the reputation technique. You gotta establish a reputation for yourself at the company where people do not want to talk to you. They do not want to email a message with you because it is a road that they don't want to go down. There's two lanes as to why you wouldn't want to do that. One is you could either be annoying, right? And no one wants to talk to someone who's annoying. Like, you could be annoying, you got to rant a lot, you'd be into conspiracy theories, and I'd say play both sides of the conspiracy theory. That way it's just like, okay, this person's just straight up crazy. And make sure you always mention whatever it is that you want to talk about, whatever conspiracy theory is, mention it every time you talk to everyone. That way they'd be like, oh, I really don't want to do this. Even in an email, if they email you about some kind of work thing, like they're like, hey, quick question, what's this? Be like, okay, the quick answer is this, but did I talk to you more about this conspiracy theory that I'm really into? So that's the annoying route. The other route is the weirdo route. People don't want to talk to weirdos. This is the route that I'm like kind of cultivating at my work. If you're weird and the conversation is just going to get straight up awkward and strange, no one's going to want to talk to you. So that's what I do. Do not change your social media habits. If you're at work and you're posting and commenting a lot on social media, that's fine. And you're doing it because it's like, okay, work is boring. What am I going to do at work? Let me pass the day on social media. That's fine. But don't not do that when you're working from home, right? Then that's suspicious. If like you're at home and you're like, okay, I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to do social media. People are going to be like, why is he not on social media now? The second mistake is to bring your lunch to work. If you bring your lunch and you eat at your desk, well, then you're known as someone who takes quick lunches. Don't do that, because then when you work from home, you want an excuse. If you're not going the email route, let's say, you want an excuse of why you didn't get back to the person for a while, and it's because, oh, I was at the long lunch. You know how I always go out for a really long lunch every day? Well, that's that. Another mistake to avoid is don't be charming and a fun person. This is kind of part of the reputation thing. If people miss you when you're out of work, they're going to want to talk to you when you're working from home. So just don't be fun, don't be charming. It's not that hard, okay? So those are some of the mistakes to avoid. Gave you some of the tips earlier. If you have any other things, comment below. I would say like and subscribe, but no one does that anyways. No one comments or likes or subscribes really. It's just just throwing it out there. Maybe if you want to do it, okay, fine. If you don't want to, then that's fine. Okay. So I hope you learned some stuff in the tutorial. I hope your next working from home is a lot less working and a lot more home. And just know that I love you.
You're taking notes. Okay, good. Thank you. Good.
Yeah. So many good tips. Wow.
That's right. All of a sudden, Alex's personality makes so much more sense to me. Sounds like he's always trying to work from home or not work from home, even when work has nothing to do with the context.
Yeah, we've never asked him to help out with the show. I mean, there's reasons.
There's reasons, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that I found hard that I need a little more clarification from him on is how not to be charming and likable, because it's like, I just do it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying, I just do it. So I need a little more guidance from him on that, but I found that very instructive. So thanks so much, Alex.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Alex. I appreciate it. We all do. I'm feeling like I want to take a journey. How do you feel about that? We've been sitting here for a while doing our thing. I feel like I'd like to get out of this year, not physically, because we're not irresponsible. But
yeah, let's take a trip.
Maybe let's take a trip virtually.
Yeah.
So our next comic is going to help us out with that. She is amazing, hilarious. She is currently a comedy writing intern for Smart, Funny, and Black. She is from Durham, North Carolina. Without any further ado, please put your hands together. The honor system. We can't
honor
see you,
system.
but you better be doing it. Put your hands together for the very funny Kaylin Chambers.
So Kaylin's going to be taking us on a magical journey, but she hasn't actually seen these places before because it's improv. So be extra wowed by how hilarious she is. Okay, we're out.
Thanks, Kaylin.
Thank you. Okay, so it's been a while since oh my God, we're getting right into it. I'm frazzled. Okay, so this is actually in Arizona. They go on horse caravans. And if you see the horse, the second to last horse, I actually put those horseshoes on. So I was not actually in the caravan, but I was kind of the lackey. So if you're gonna see, it's a guy in a cowboy hat and a shirt. You can't miss him. He also has on pants and is on a brown horse. That horse, I put those horseshoes on. It was very telling. I got kicked in the chest, but it's okay. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that is truly a lesson learned. Also, if you just pat the horse on the butt, sometimes it doesn't kick you, but then the horse didn't consent, so I didn't feel comfortable doing that. Turns out if you don't do that, you get kicked. So it's like, I'm gonna choose consent always. Oh my gosh, okay. So this time, oh my gosh, I went on a trip to the Cayman Islands. Beautiful, beautiful place. And one of the things I really wanted to do is go swimming. Yes, some Black people can't swim. And I went down to the depths because I was like, I want to see the underworld. Show me the underworld of the sea. And I saw jellyfish. And if you don't know, my favorite movie is Shark Tale. And they have the two jellyfish that are Caribbean. And I was like, oh my gosh, these are the two lackey jellyfish from Shark Tale. And I just really appreciated meeting them. I got their autograph. Their autograph is in the form of a burn. So it's a scar I'll never forget, but I'm very excited because I'm now permanently connected to those two Shark Tale jellyfish. And we partied. Oh my gosh. Oh, so this is actually camp. I went to camp in North Dakota, a city that we all know. I'm not going to say it because we all know the city I'm talking about in North Dakota. And actually, this is wrestling camp. So at one point in my life, in my past life, I was like, you know what? I want to beat some ass. I want to knock some motherfuckers' teeth out. And so I was like, how do I do that? I need to train because I'm very, analytical. So I was like, let me go to wrestling camp. So the first technique they taught us was bouncing off the ropes. And this is actually my instructor doing it right here. He was very good at it. I will say, by the end of it, I was better than him. Oh my gosh, So this is actually a CAT scan of my brain. I know you're like, those are years. No, this is actually what a brain looks like. This is a CAT scan that's actually cutting edge technology. And so you may not have seen this before, and you may not believe me, but don't worry, trust me. What I'm telling you is 100% accurate. This is my brain. So this area is where I process my memories. This area is where I get my jokes from. and this area is porn. Yeah, well, you know, you have a little bit of everything, and everything else is really just filler space. They say you only use 10% of your brain, and that's 10%. You're welcome. I've taught you something. So I went to see Martin Garrix perform live, and it was amazing at this amazing rave. So this is actually his opener. That's not actually Martin Garrix, but you get the drift. We're in here, we're pumping, we're jumping. Corona was definitely in there with us. I'm just happy I stayed safe. And actually, fun fact, the way to stay safe and avoid Corona is that if somebody gets too close to you, say, stop. I don't want Corona. And then the person and Corona turns around. They're both entities. It's a tactic that hasn't been widely shared, and I can't really like me figure out why, because it's worked for me. I'm just saying, I don't want you, Corona, and then it'll go away. And then you can be in places like these, you know, shaking that booty, twerking, hitting the Dougie, and be great. Also, so thank you for coming to my presentation. I'm quite a worldly travel. This ban on our passports has truly been hard for me. So please keep me in your prayers as I get through this difficult time. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Caitlin Chambers. Wow. What a journey.
What a journey.
Wow.
Your life has been so rich and full of things.
Oh, very.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. So I also didn't know it was possible for anyone's favorite movie to be Shark Tale. So that's really cool. I learned so much.
We always learn something from these journeys.
Learn so much about each other and ourselves.
Right. I'd also love to learn how to beat some ass, Caitlin. So maybe we can have a follow-up tutorial on that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, she seemed pretty qualified.
Yeah, I agree.
One thing that, I mean, we're missing traveling, we're missing a lot. I don't know if you all remember this, but in the before Corona times, a very popular work bonding activity were these escape rooms, right? It's basically the antithesis of something you want to do now, because it was like, let's go probably into a basement and be close together and close the doors and be near each other and try to solve a series of puzzles to get out. I never understood why this was fun in any way, because I feel like being forced to be in a room with my coworkers and solve a bunch of tasks before I can leave is what work is. But a lot of people love these and they're missing them, and you got to bring them online. And so this next bit kind of tells us how to do that and gives us a few puzzles. And we know we got to keep the brain sharp during quarantine. So please enjoy this next segment from comedian Jenna Knobs. She's a comedian based in Seattle, the other Washington. So welcome. Your Washington's wrong, but it's still really nice that you're here. So please enjoy her escape room segment and let's exercise our brains.
Take it away, Jenna.
Hey everyone, welcome to your virtual escape room where you and your teammates must solve a series of puzzles in order to escape. But instead of being trapped in a repurposed janitorial closet with people you hate, you'll be trapped in a Zoom meeting room with people you hate, plus unrelenting audio feedback. Now I know what you're thinking. That just sounds like going to work. The truth is, it's not like going to work at all, because you're the one paying. Now this journey is not for the faint of heart. If your team fails to solve these next 5 puzzles, you'll be trapped here forever, unable to return to the global pandemic and uprising from whence you came. The stakes have never been higher. Puzzle number 1. Your 9 a.m. call is Zoom bombed by someone who knows a surprising amount about your deepest insecurities. How did your mom get the meeting password? Puzzle number 2. You decide to make tacos and discover that you have 5 containers of cumin, all of which you have used exactly once. Is your brain still producing serotonin? Puzzle number 3. Decode this stimulus payment status update from the IRS. Puzzle number 4. You are a white podcaster. What is the appropriate amount of time to go on hiatus while you reflect on how equity can serve your brand? Puzzle number 5. You haven't exercised or drank water in approximately 4 months. Why do you feel like shit? All right, the results are in. And unfortunately, it looks like you did not escape this time around. The answer to all 5 puzzles is exactly the same. Close your laptop and make a fucking sandwich. Not respecting the game is the escape, both from this terrible choice in group activity and from the carceral logic that governs us all. That will be $200 and tips are appreciated.
Ugh, I feel so stupid. Obviously, the answer was stop thinking and go make a sandwich, but
Less is always
it was
more.
right there and I couldn't see it, you know?
It's right there, right there. I want to hire her to come and speak for my company. I think that'd be very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
More sandwiches, less escape rooms. That's
Yeah.
a I can get behind.
Yeah, that's an added.
Maybe. But yeah, I mean, dude, even just thinking about being in the escape room was really stressful. It's just reminding me how stressful everything is right now, Chris.
It is so stressful, Dana. It really is. And I just really don't need that in my life these days. You know, I don't even know if you understand how hard it is. Sometimes I just really feel like I need to escape and get out of here. I don't know if you get it.
Yeah, I mean, I just would love to hear about your struggles as an upper middle class white man and do that emotional labor. So please tell me more.
It's actually nothing to do with being a straight white male, as far as I can tell. I'm pretty sure it's something else. You see, I've been having a tough time with my relationship recently, Dana.
Yeah.
They've just been really stressful, and from the state of the world, and it's just been taking a toll on us. And I just feel like we're not communicating anymore, and we're just getting into these little arguments that are just becoming these big things, and it's just, you know.
I do.
Yeah, I don't know if you really do, but look, I have been trying. I've been trying some new things to get us through these tough times. I'm just not sure if they're going to stick, like couples therapy, for example.
That's good. You got to talk it out, man. That's good.
Got to talk it out. You know what? As a matter of fact, Dana, I've actually have a clip here of a recent Zoom couples therapy session. Can you just take a look at it? Would you mind just watching it and just letting me know what you think I should do?
I feel like that's wildly inappropriate that you even recorded that.
Yeah. I did though. I did. I guess a lot of things are inappropriate these days. So what does anything really matter? I would really value your opinion though. So can you please?
I mean, it seems like I have no choice. You're going to play it anyways. So
that's right. Yeah. Well, you do have a voice. You do have a voice, and we're just going to play it right now. So let's just take it away. Let's just play it. All right. Here we go.
This is a safe space. What's come up since our last session?
It's pubic hairs all over the bathroom.
How do you know they're my pubic hairs? That Russian dude I caught you in the bathroom with? What about him? What's his pubes like, huh?
We're not talking about the Russian guy. All right, look, I told you about Valdemir. Your mustache, you trim your mustache all the time. Okay, it's too sharp. Settle down. You don't need that much wax. You're doing it right now. Every time we get in an argument, he just immediately starts grooming his facial hair.
Chris, this is really valid. And I just want to pause for a moment. Valdemir sounds really kind of burly and fuzzy and maybe manly. Is he single? Could you give me his number?
I don't really know what that has to do with anything.
We'll go back to me taking sides on this fight, which is why I got into therapy in the first place. Scott, you got to shave the mustache.
You want me to shave it off?
So then we'll know whose it is.
This is my identity. I'm nobody. If I'll go out in public without my mustache, I'm just like some average dude.
You shouldn't be going into public anyway right now.
That's a valid point.
Okay.
I'll shave it off right now. Oh, I don't have my clipper. I don't have my trimmers here.
And I want you both to just think about who you know that I could date.
I still don't really understand how that's connected to this, how that helps.
We're now at the point where I can ask you to set me up with some of your big burly Russian men. This is good. This is a breakthrough.
Chris, no one's gonna ever love you as much as I love you.
You can't just say that. Those are just words. Those are just words. You could have just read those.
Scott, would you like to give an apology using air quotes?
I'm sorry, you're such an asshole.
So,
really not helpful.
You know, I'm looking at the time and our session's almost over. But before we meet next time, I just want to say two things. You're both doing a really great job. But you're also not. So think about that. Just think about how you're not doing a great job and how you're also doing a great job. And if you can maybe write down some recipes for me that I could use, or again, if you know anybody.
How much does it cost? How much does a therapy session cost? Because I don't know.
This is $200 an hour.
Oh. God.
Okay, so what's your type? What's your type? I'll hook you up with somebody.
Oh, wonderful. I like someone who can give terrible advice, you know, sometimes strong Russian.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like Robin Williams kind of hairy. You know what I mean?
That's hairy.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm talking like hair to the fingernails.
Oh.
Sasquatch.
Oh God, Sasquatch.
So you're both good. Just clean up after each other. Use air quotes when you say sorry.
Thank you. Your Dr. Laura, your advice has been very helpful. Am I doing well?
You're doing great. And if you want to feel like a doctor, I highly recommend just getting some silk scarves. All you got to do is take a silk scarf, tie it around your shoulders, call yourself a doctor. Happens all the time.
Huh.
Wow.
Wait, where are you accredited with? Who's your accrediting school?
Oh, I went to Trump University.
That's what?
That's a great university, I hear.
Yeah, I heard it's was legal and legitimate.
Accredited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, you found me on Google, so thanks for coming by.
Hey, thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Can I get that $200 payment back? Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Laura.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
This has been so helpful. I'm so happy I spent my time this way.
See you same time next week?
Yeah. See you then.
That sounds good.
All right.
All right. See you then.
Bye.
How do you turn off the Zoom?
I guess the big question is really, am I a doctor? Because I'm rocking this scarf, so I didn't know.
According to her, then yes, I guess so. She is accredited from Trump University, after all. So what do you think? Can you just please tell me your thoughts? What should I do?
I think you should set her up with somebody. Has she heard of Rasputin? I hear he's single and never dies.
Yes, this still isn't really getting me to a better place. Anyway, maybe we can circle back to that. Also, you know the weirdest part about this whole thing? I'm not even gay.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, there's just a lot of confusion
Yeah, I think a lot of us are confused right now about a lot of things about that last segment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you're getting the help you need.
Thanks.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you're experiencing these things. But thanks
for listening, and thanks for your empathy.
Yeah, just, wishing you the best, because we share a yurt and I have to hear it when you cry. Anyways, speaking of crying and trying to sleep, a lot of us have been having a hard time, not only because of the crippling anxiety of knowing our world's falling apart, but also just because of these weird goddamn fireworks. And it's been really weird. And so our next comedian has some hot takes on that, and he took it right to the fireworks union to try to get to the bottom of it. So this guy is hilarious. He's a Baltimore-based comic. He just completed, and by completed I mean directed and co-wrote a web series called 4.5 Stars that's about staying in the laundry room of a psychedelic Airbnb, which sounds kind of like our last vacation, Chris. So is this based on my life? Where's my royalties? But you can see that soon on YouTube and Amazon Prime. And we know, because we live stream on YouTube, only the finest content is there. So it's going to be awesome. You're going to be like, oh my God, I saw him first on the Well show. So please enjoy this man as he tries to get some answers for all of us. This is Joseph Leland Molinsky.
Take it away.
Hello, I was hoping to talk with the manager. Yep, that would be me. I'm the head of the fireworks union. What can I do you for? Yeah, what's going on? Location? Baltimore. Yeah, it looks like we got you down for the every major city in the United States package, where we bombard you from 9 to 10, rain or shine, and then randomly hit big mortars randomly throughout the night until the morning, just as you're about to fall asleep. We want to make sure we get the dogs and the kids up. That sound about right? Yeah, but that didn't... Why? That doesn't make any sense. Like, who's behind this? Would you believe teenagers? Yeah, no, seems like they're spending hundreds or thousands of dollars a night. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. I'm with you on that. Is it the government? Well, I'm not at liberty to say. I'm sorry about that. Is it the military? Yeah, I'm not at liberty to say. It's cops. No liberty. Cannot say. Is it aliens? Okay, you're open to conspiracy theories. Let me check my notes again then. Let me see here. I just need to know who's behind this. Yeah, I'm still not at liberty to say. Well, to me, it seems like a strategic tactic to keep our citizens at constant unrest while systematically normalizing the rocket red glare and the bombs bursting in air, and not in a cool 4th of July celebration way, in an actual literal way. Well, that is a good song. Especially the third verse. Oh, dude, not cool. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Hey, Marge, make sure he gets a bottle rocket and a PVC pipe so he can shoot at his friends. That won't be necessary. Actually, I'll take one. That does sound kind of fun.
Wow, we didn't quite get the answers we were seeking, but thank you, Joe, for fighting for all of us. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'd love to learn more, really.
Yeah, but after seeing something like that, it's easy to feel kind of disempowered and like people just don't care. And that's why, as always, we all just need to hear from him. In our last segment, this little fella has some inspiring messages for us all in his Empower Minute. So
I can't wait.
I can't. Okay, so please just hope you're sitting down. It's gonna knock your socks off. Please enjoy Empower Minute with our dear friend and activist and soulmate, Oogie Boogie the pug.
Show us the way, Oogie. Show us the way. He's so inspiring, that Oogie. So freaking inspiring.
He just gets it. He just gets it.
Why doesn't he have a Twitter account?
I don't know. He's on Insta though, at Oogie Boogie Puggy. That's a true story. But
good.
So many thoughts to share. Wow. Well, I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed this show, you guys. I mean, I learned, I laughed, I loved, I got confused sometimes. I de-stressed, I got more stressed, then I de-stressed again. I mean, I'm gonna follow my heart, just like that little pug said. And that's what matters. So we appreciate you stopping by. You still have time to donate. So if you go to tinyurl.com/well bread, like the bread, that's food. I didn't help clarify when I just repeated the word, but I fixed it. Anyways.
I can hear the EAD in it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought pronunciation is subtle, but I appreciate you. And also, Bread for the City has some great volunteer opportunities. So, throw them some cash, do some volunteering, be the change, and follow your heart, just like our little Oogie Boogie said. So, thanks so much for stopping by the virtual yurt.
Can I also say, here's something else you can do.
Yeah.
You can subscribe to this here YouTube channel, everybody.
Okay.
It's probably the easiest thing that you can do because it involves one click of a button that I believe is in the lower right-hand corner of your screen underneath the video. So, so just click on that subscribe button, and then you won't miss another video. So the last thing we want is to miss out on more opportunities for levity and laughter while giving back to people in need, right? Right. That's how I feel.
So yeah, thanks so much. Check us out. Our next show, I think August 13th. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Okay. It's in August. Check it out. Follow us. We appreciate you stopping by. Spread the word. Watch the show 1,000 times while you sit alone in your room. Whatever. We don't know. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.
All right. Stay well.
Stay well. Bye-bye.